Officials at a mosque in Markham, just outside Toronto, are calling for action after what police say was a hate-motivated attack over the weekend. Well, now there's been a second incident in the same community.
I felt very sad because I knew what happened in the Quebec mosque and the London mosque. But I prayed to my Lord that everyone is safe here. This has never happened. First time we've seen this in our community, and it's very disturbing.
Surveillance video obtained by CTV News Toronto shows an incident outside a Toronto area mosque during Ramadan celebrations that resulted in charges against a 37-year-old man. The second incident at a mosque in the area in less than a week. Police are also investigating another incident at a Montreal mosque in which a member of the community was verbally assaulted and threatened. The suspect smashed the glass door at the mosque, entered the main hall, and began screaming at about a dozen people who were praying inside early Sunday. The incidents come during Ramadan, the most important time of year for the Muslim community. Joining me now is Luqman Ahmed, an imam with the Batun Nasir Mosque here in Ottawa. Imam, good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
This is very disturbing information, this news. Is there fear in your mosque that this could happen here too?
Yeah, so as you have mentioned that, I'm serving as an imam with the Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat of Ottawa at the Batun Nasir Mosque. And every time something like this happens, it's natural for Muslims to have concern and worry because mosque is an integral part of every Muslim's life. And we go there with our families, with our children on a daily basis. So this is something that is concerning, whether it's a mosque or a synagogue or a temple, a church, any place of worship. It is concerning for Muslims. At the same time, the Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat, our motto is love for all, hatred for none. And we learn from our faith, the Holy Quran, that repel evil with goodness. So in times like these, when we face acts of hatred, the Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat throughout the year, and especially also in the month of Ramadan, we try to hold a lot of outreach programs whereby we try to hold conversations with people from outside of the Muslim community in order to build those bridges of understanding and friendliness. So that is generally our response. Yes, there is concern, but we also try to play our part in downplaying these tense times.
I mean, it's a place of worship, your mosque. It's a place of peace and prayer where, as you mentioned, families go and it's daily. It must feel in some ways just, I mean, it's you feel vulnerable, I would imagine, at a time like that because you're in prayer, you're in peace, and someone comes in and disturbs that, and then that disturbs your routine, your life, your family. What was your reaction when you saw these incidents here? Does it ever stop feeling, I mean, you don't ever want it to feel normal because it's happened so many times, but does it ever make you feel like this has got to stop, this can't keep happening?
Exactly, as you mentioned that because I have an opportunity, a privilege to lead prayers at a mosque on a daily basis. Whenever we see something like this, our hope is that the authorities will do everything that they can to ensure the safety of all places of worship and mosques, especially because of these, increase in hate crimes. Mm-hmm. As far as hate crimes against people of faith is concerned, as far as I've looked into them, I think they happen for one of two reasons. One could be a sense of racism or a sense of self-superiority or looking at Muslims as if they're outsiders, not really accepting them in the society, right? As far as that is concerned, it's a basic human value. I also learned this, from my faith as well, that we cannot, think of ourselves better than other people just based on the color of our skin or ethnicity or anything like that, mm-hmm. right? And the second factor could be that, some people may have an aversion or just they simply do not like certain principles or practices of Muslims, mm-hmm. right? For such people, I would say that if you have questions or if you have concerns, the best thing to do is to actually reach out to Muslims and talk to them and try to understand their perspective. Mm-hmm. for this reason, the Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat also has we have a campaign or we have an initiative which is exploreislam.ca.
Okay.
And people can go on the website. Not only can they read by themselves, but they also have an opportunity, no matter which part of the country they're from, that they can actually connect with local Muslims and try to have that dialogue with them.
Do you believe that education can stop the hate?
I think that's the only way. I learned from the Holy Quran, our scripture, that repel evil with goodness.
Yeah.
So I think that's the best reaction. That try to educate people, try to teach them, because there are people who act out of ignorance in every society, in every community, and the only way to counter hate is with love and education.
Imam Luqman Ahmed, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you for
Appreciate your
having me.
time.